morning blessings. I am Tessa-Marie. It is today, July the 10th, 2024. And guess what? July the 10th, the book is out. The e-book is out. Good morning, Ryan. Morning, Stacy. Yes, July 10th. Hi, Georgie. The book is out. It's an e-book. Come on, guys. Get your copy. Today is the day. It came out this morning. So, hi, Colleen. Good morning. Colleen got hers already. The e-book is out. So today is a big day. How are you feeling today? It is an awesome day. Colin, Stacy, Georgie, Ryan. Come on, guys. Click, point and click. Thank you, Stacy. Everybody, good morning. It's a beautiful day to be under the weather. It is raining. Cats, dogs, and a couple beavers fell into the pond. So it's raining everything today. And maybe it's a good day to sit, relax, get your act together. And good morning, Nadi. Welcome to the morning blessing, Nadi. The book is out today. Hi, Loretta. The ebook is out today. Nadi, your name is in it. You guys, your names are in there. So get cracking. Be proud to show it to others. Hey, I made it. You are in print. Anyway, let's get the morning blessing on the road. We'll talk about the book later. Here it is. Here it is. Anyway, look at what I gave you. It's non-renewable. There is one source of wealth. It is wealth that we do not factor as wealth. There is one source of wealth. Good morning, Loretta. The book is out. That we do not factor as wealth. It is wealth. And we do not see it as wealth. Yes, it's nice to see Nadi. It is. It is that thing that older people lack and young people have an abundance of. So, but we do not see it as wealth. We do not see it as it is something that if we have a lot of it, we are wealthy. And it's not one of the 5 pillars. So don't go there and say, oh, Tessa-Marie. It is something that is non-renewable and it does not come in our mind as wealth. This source of wealth is funny. Older people don't have a lot of it, but young people has tons of it. You still have a lot of it when you're in your 40s and 50s, but sometimes as you're heading into the 60s, you do not have it. But it is wealth. It is a source of wealth, but we do not factor it. The thing is, we only come to appreciate those type of things when we have squandered them. We only learn to appreciate that type when we squander it. No, it's not health. Remember, health is in the 5 pillars, physical prosperity. The thing is, we only come to appreciate these and value them when we squander them. What is it? The non-renewable resource is in the present moment. Hello, Tanji. It is time. Older people do not have a lot of time. Younger people have tons of it. The thing is, it is wealth. It is considered wealth. And we're not taught that. So therefore we have it and we squander it. We use it like a drunken sailor. We do not do anything with it. We lie on the couch. We refuse to exercise. We just lie there and time goes tickety, 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 talk. Right down the street. Passing us by. Remember Aesop's fable, the tortoise and the hare? Remember the hare, the rabbit, took off at 90 miles an hour. And then he said, you know what, I'm ahead. I'm going to rest here. That lazy turtle will not get there for me in time. I will get up and I'll be there. Guess what? The turtle used its time and its energy purposely. It just kept going and going and going. It crawled, it went over rocks, it rubbed its shell over this. It just kept going. And there was Bunny Rabbit snoozing away. Turtle pass and say, hey, have a nice nap. And it went. What did the turtle do? The turtle used its time profitable. It won the race. So you see, the thing is, when we are young like the rabbit, we have all that wealth. But it only takes us to the point of realizing that time is money. We hear it, we know that. Good morning, Yuko. Time is money. Time means wealth. But we do not use it properly. We only need it when the well run dry. When we are getting older, and we say, like I said, there are more years behind me than there are years available to me in the future. And we know that. Yet, some people my age still waste time. They still spend time. Technology is a fabulous, amazing, and wonderful tool if you manage the wealth within it properly. So when somebody says to me, Tessa-Marie, I'm getting off social media, and I always say, and what are you going to do? You see, technology is useful. It allows you to use time to do other things. For example, you can put things to start by technology. The oven to come on, this to do. You can do that. You do not have to boil a big tub of hot water anymore to have a bath. Good morning, Rita. How are you feeling today? And that is what technology, if used wisely, you can benefit from it. It's wealth. Time is wealth. Time is money. Older you are, the less time you have. And that is when you lack it. And you will meet some of the older people trying to buy time. They will buy time if they're sick. They'll say, put me on a tube, do this, do that. Let me buy some more time. Great, Rita. Lovely to hear that. So, yeah, the book is out today, guys. Do not forget to get your e-copy. The e-book is out. Stacey is reminding you guys. So, time. You see, time? It is wealth. Time is money. And when the older people have actual cash, they go to the end of the world to buy more time. More time to do what I desire to do. People pray, oh God, let me live another year. My cousin is still angry at God because she asked God to give her husband 1 more year. And according to her, he did not do that. He died. So she's just having an issue with God. You didn't give me what I wanted. I wanted my husband here for 1 more year. So, but I have to ask that question. When he was there, what type of relationship and time did you have with those people you want to pull back from their grave? A mother, a father, a husband. What were the memories? Were you harsh? Were you angry? Were you spewing hate in moments of frustration at them? Did you waste that time? And now you want to pull it back, but time is not a renewable resource. It's not like water that it just runs and runs. Even that we're finding we're losing it. So we have to understand that time is a non-renewable resource and it is rich. We have wealth. You get wealth if you use your time well. So you hire somebody to do something you do not enjoy or you do not want to do. But you use that time to do things you desire to do. I am the queen of this. I love to be in the garden. I do not like to weed the garden. I love to plant. I love to harvest. I love to enjoy. I love to count how many petals is in this rose. Take the time to teach Kylie. Kylie knows a wild rose. She knows a hybrid. She knows a old-fashioned. Because I took the time to show her. She knows which rose has 32 petals and which has 16. The time. So I got somebody to do the weeding for me so I can do that. So that is using the time so you enjoy the moment. People do not believe that they should enjoy themselves. And when we get older, as we have less time ahead of us, we become more vigilant on saying, I have to keep myself so I can have more time. More time to do what? What you didn't do? More time to pull the dead so they can sit there and look at you? More time to have somebody just sitting there as a vegetable when you had the time to take care of them and to love them and cherish them. Oh, if he was here, he would do that. No. When he was there, he did do that. We just didn't accept it and give them the time they required and saw it coming. So you see, this is why it's important for us to realize that when we are young and we have the time, to make use of the time. Do not waste your time. We have words that we use. I mean, we say the time is something that is common, but not everyone believes they have it or have enough of it. They say that. You say it all the time. I have no time, Tessa-Marie. I don't have time. You know what? I don't have enough time. But you have time. You just don't know what to do with it. If I ask someone ask us a question, what did you do yesterday? It's not rememberable. We do not remember it. You know, because it didn't mean anything. We galloped through the day. I purposely set out to use my time. Always have. So I know how long it takes me to do this, how long it takes me to do that, and that's what I feed every little need, desire, and goal a bit of time throughout the day. How much time did you give to gratitude yesterday? How many things you were grateful for yesterday? Were you grateful that you were breathing? Did you use a minute to count your blessings in time? Because you say you're blessed. You say you're favored. Did you say, I am happy and grateful, and I'm going to do a minute of gratitude? So that is why we have to realize, thank you, Stacey, that time is something that is common, but not everyone believes they have it or have enough of it. There is one source of wealth that we do not factor as wealth, as is time. The thing is, we only come to appreciate those moments when we have squandered them. And that is why the rich cannot buy. The more money you have, you cannot buy time. And that is why the accumulation of wealth is great. But while you were accumulating wealth, did you have time to enjoy where you were in your journey? Did you stop? Or were you relentless in standing on a job, and now you're in your 80s or 70s or 60s and your feet cannot take the stand anymore? Why? The overtime. But even when you got the money, you did not spend it to give you the joy of earning it. And now you're afraid to lose it. And now you're wasting your time wondering what is going to happen to all what I accumulate when I die. See, the older we are, the less time we have. But if we spend that time wondering about what will happen after we are gone, is that the proper use of the present moment? The thing is, when last you actually sat down and read a book? When last you took just enough from the television news and views and all of that, just enough. You do not need 40,000 hours of it, because the other time, the rest of the time, you can use it to go to a park. You can use it to sit and meditate. You can use it to write something that you can leave for your children and say, when I was your age, I did this. It doesn't have to be a bestseller. Hey, I don't care if my book is a bestseller. But what I care about is that I had a plan to do it. I made use of my time and I wrote it. And that is enough. satisfaction, the use of time. I cannot wait for 4 years. I'll do it soon. Time. The people that always tell you, I will get there soon, if you look at them, they are not wealthy. They are not wealthy. They're constantly working like the man in the moon, digging, looking for cheese. So that is what you have to, the person that cannot acknowledge time, respect time, use time, thanks Stace, use time as a valuable resource that cannot come back. They always have something to show for their time. But those that come and they decide to do the work for you and they steal the time, do you know that if you're paid to do something, that non-renewable resource, you're paid, and you do not give the, excuse me, the time for the money you receive, that, hey, you're stealing. Good morning, Azim. How are you feeling today? Time is a non-renewable resource. The older people have a lack of it. The younger people have a lot of it. The point is to learn when you are young how to make time become the wealth machine it is, because the more time you have, the more wealthy you can become. A person who works for 15 hours and get paid for 15 hours is using the time. If you are paid for 8 and you really only give 4, you're stealing 4 hours. It doesn't belong to you. And then you wonder why the money that I make doesn't seem to multiply, because you stole time that wasn't yours. Thank you. Thank you, Azim. So you have to remember that you need to use your time when you have it wisely. Some people, as I said, give up social media and say, I'm not on social media, I'm going to, and I always say, what are you doing with that time? What are you doing with it? You said you were scrolling for hours and it became addictive, and you need to give it up and use that time to do what? What have you learned? If you gave social media up a year ago, you give it up for a week, 10 days, whatever, at the end of that period, look to see what you use that time for. I'm not saying you should have stayed on social media. What I'm saying is, if you are giving something up, what did you replace it with? And was it worth it to you? Was it going to make you wealthy? Because you can sit and watch the television and the same news over and over and over and over again, and fill your body with hate about the politicians you don't like. And guess what? Somebody was talking to me and said, these people met that person a few days ago, and they asked me, why is she so full of hate? They just met you. You know why? She spends a lot of her time watching the politicians she doesn't like and carrying on with the politicians she likes, and she made herself into a knot of hate. So much so that she used that time to create that personality that people recognize it as part of her. That's how she uses her time. Is that worthy? And then, if you ask that person or somebody else to do something, oh, I have no time, Tessa-Marie, I do not have time. I don't have enough time. I have so much to do, I do not have enough time. Yes, we do. Is the time in between that we waste. I keep saying, remember guys, we have a gap. There is a gap from where we are to where we need to be. And the trick is, what do we do when we are faced with the gap? You want to lose weight. You took the time and you went to the store and you bought a machine, a treadmill or whatever. You have weights, you have this, you have a mat, you do that, you do this. But you haven't done it. So you did make the effort. So there it is. Half an hour. 30 minutes. How many 30 minutes have you stayed? and watch TV, sitting down. Set it up. Put that machine in front of the TV and do both. And give yourself a time. If you want to be successful in your dream, goals, and desire, you need time. They tell us that when you have a SMART goal, S is to be specific. What do I want? M is to be measurable. Can I do this? A is attainable. Can I really work on it? I can measure that and do it and get it attained. R, is it a realistic goal? And time, when? When do you want to do this? If you have the S, the M, the A, and the R, and you do not have the T in mind, it will not happen. It will not happen. Therefore, what time are you waking up in the morning? Is it better for you to wake up with the family, or is it better for you to wake up before the family and get your act together? So when they come rubbing their eyes and the radar is targeted at you in the morning, you're already ready to receive them. So you wake up earlier. That's what I did. I realized 3 people would be rubbing their eyes and coming directly at me like they had a radar attached to me, and they were zooming on me. So I said, okay, I need time for myself in the morning. How can I use half an hour? Wake up half an hour before them. Tiptoe through the house so you do not make one board creak that will wake them up. Have the machine for the coffee or the water, so you just point it and click and it starts going. Preparation. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. My father's creed to us, he called it the 5 P's. So they wake up and they come in. You're ready. You can pat heads, you can listen, you can smell their breath, you can do everything. You can see the eyes that are stuck and all of that. But if you're not ready, they'll bowl you over. They'll just be all over you. So use your time, because it's not renewable. Even if you're older now and you're questioning how much time I have left before I go, do not do that anymore. Just make sure you can account to yourself, to you, how you're using your time. Good morning, Angelina. Because young people have tons of time. And the older we get, the less we have. We lack time. And as I said, some of us will go to the ends of the earth to buy time, to get fixed, to get bodies, parts working so we can have more time. But when we had all the time, we did like the rabbit. We sat under the tree and slept. And when we woke up, the poor turtle had already gotten to and won the race. And then we turn around and we say to ourselves, they are wealthy. Did you see how they use their time? Why are you upset and angry at those that are rich? Go into their life and see that they never stop pushing. They never stop trying. They were always on it. Somebody that I met already far ahead on social media, maybe Yuko can remember that conversation. And the person said to me, don't you take a break? And they were ahead in social media and they were questioning, you're always on, don't you take a break to do what though? A break to do something else, what? I want and I desired to be the best at what I do. 2 things in life I enjoy. Doing my best and looking for joy. That is my mojo. That is my goal. Do my best in all that I must do, which is speaking and teaching and helping and guiding and listening and tutoring and encouraging and enhancing and empowering. I want to be the best I can. But I also want to be the best at spending time and enjoying and having joy. Like taking 30 seconds this morning and brought Kylie to the front door, opened the door, and let her see how the rain was falling on the pavement. And she looked at me and she said, "Oh, everything is wet. I need my boots, I need my raincoat, everything is wet." And maybe it means nothing. And maybe she'll never remember it, but I did. I was able to show her the power of water, how it works. So she saw it just pounding. It made everything wet. 30 seconds, 1 minute before I came here. So what I am saying to you is this. What can you say you did with your time? And if you are sitting there, instead of saying, "Boy, I can die any day. I don't know how much time I have left," then that is not where you should be. You should be saying, "Let me do what I must do." And if you believe you are in control of other people's time, and you spend time telling everybody how to do their thing, and you should stop doing that, you're too old, you're not getting that done, you're not done. What do you want when you see them aging? I spoke to you about my dentist. He decided his father paid all that money to make sure from Greece, an immigrant to Canada, and made sure that Dr. Sodi went to school and became a dentist. And this year, with that pathetic look in his eye, Dr. Sodi told me, "You know, Mrs. He called me by my husband's name, Mrs. Hood. The worst thing I did was making my father retire. Between 18 months, all he did was sit on the couch and his memory was going. But when he was going to work at the knitting factory, fixing the machines, and he had 30 women to take care of their machines and their chatter, this man was so happy. But I went to his boss and I said, "Can you tell him he has to retire?" And the boss agreed with me and asked my father to retire. And I paid for all the services. My father lasted 18 months and then he got Alzheimer's. I have a funny feeling because he had nothing to live for. Somebody loves volunteering. You do not like to volunteer. Leave them alone. Oh, Tessa-Marie likes standing in the morning and do this, using my time, my half an hour for myself. But there are others who are telling me I should rest. My cousin found a boyfriend that she loves and she's spending time with it. Her sister tells her to lie on her bed and say her rosary. She should not be doing this at the age of 60. People love to tell others how to use their time when they themselves do not know the hell what they do with their time. You stop this person from volunteering, from going over here, from being busy, from being occupied. Take a look. Since the day you said to them to stop and they listen to you, how are they doing? Because no matter what you may say, you might not want to accept the responsibility of the choice that you made for that person and they allow you to make that choice for them. But at least you know damn well it's your fault. That now they're sitting on the couch like my dentist did. Hey, how does that feel for you? How has that been working for you? Good morning, Terry. How are you feeling today? So, yes, it is something that the older we get, the less of it we have. And the young people have tons of it. Our job as parents and friends and cousins and aunts and uncles is to teach young people to use their time profitably, because time is wealth. Time is not money like they say, it is wealth. So you do your best at what you can do your best at, what you love. And what you do not like to do, that is not going to give you the joy you're looking for, find a way to get it done. I love the garden. I do not love weeding. Somebody comes to weed. I love what I do every morning, speaking, teaching, motivating. I love this. So I give it my best. The other thing I love is joy. I love feeling joy in the moment, whether it is a hug or a kiss. I love it. I do not say no to that because it brings me joy. And that is what we must remember. We always say the rich people leverage their wealth, so can young people leverage their time. We can do this very same thing. Very rarely do we do it. So the rich people leverage their wealth to get what they want. And we need to teach the young people to leverage their time to become and to get what they desire. 80 hours of looking at the same news on every flipping station is not good enough for any of us. But maybe you can do some squats because you really need to. Some sit-up. How many minutes you spend doing that? How many minutes? It's money. When we are young, we are rich in time. And somewhere, somehow, somebody must teach us and tell us, hey, use your time because time is wealth. To learn, to observe, to have a plan, a smart goal, smart, specific goal, measurable, attainable, realistic. And yes, without time, it will not work. That is why when we go to university, we have a specific time to be graduated through school. Why? Because that's the learning period. All it gives you is that you have the ability to learn and you're able to complete a task in a given time. So even if you made this amazing goal and dream desire to be all of that, it still rests on when. Give me a date. When? I need a date. Life needs a date. So when you come to the end of your journey, or your family, your husband, your wife, your parents, and you say, oh God, give them one more year. I need you to ask yourself this question. How did you treat them when you had them for all those years? Were you there? Or were you couldn't care less? Did you pick up the phone and say, hi, Mom? Did you look at the husband in the bed or the wife in the bed next to you and say, you know what, I'm so lucky to have you caressing me and to feel your warmth when I go to sleep? Did you? But when the lights are turning off and it's getting dark and it's dimming, you go and you kneel and you say, one more day, one more year. And then you get angry. But you're only really angry at yourself, not at God that you prayed for. You're angry because you were given the time to do all you desired to do and you refuse to take the time to do it well. That is why whatever you do, give it your best. It doesn't matter. It does not have to be the best like anybody else. It's the best according to you. And the only other thing you need to seek in all of your seeking is to seek joy. To you be the joy, the flame of joy going through the world and saying, yes, you can. You have joy in your heart, so use it. And yes, time is wealth. It is fleeting. The older you get, the less you have. The younger you are, the more you have. The thing is, those of us who have gone through that journey and stumbled through time, our job is to teach the young ones how to value their time, what time means, what is 10 minutes, what 10 minutes can do. Have you ever realized how 1 minute of gratitude can be so powerful? It doesn't have to be the big things. I am grateful I can stand. I am grateful I can breathe. And you just keep looking for them, small ones, and they'll come. So yes, time is a non-renewable resource. Hello, Marina, that we do not have when we get older. But we have a lot of it when we are young. And for that reason, that is why we have to value it, watch it, hoard it, use it, because time is money, time is wealth. Have a wonderful and amazing day on this wet day in Toronto, Canada. It's raining cats and dogs and a couple beavers. Yes, happy rainy day, everyone. Beautiful humans, yes. Don't forget The ebook is out. The ebook is out on Amazon. So get your copy. The paperback is coming soon, but the ebook is out on Amazon. So get a copy of the ebook. Come on, guys. Let us do this. Let us make people understand the 5 pillars of prosperity. And when birthdays are coming and holidays, get the paperback for somebody who does not understand that those 5 pillars are important, like time, unless they lose it. So thank you, my dear Carita. If the person has lost their physical prosperity, they can't move and do the things they want to do, no amount of money in the world is going to make it doable in many cases. If emotionally they're drained, they will learn. Thank you, Yuko. They will learn that this is going to be something they can take care of now in the moment of time. What can we do? Remember, emotional prosperity is one. And emotional prosperity leans heavily on our 5 senses. What we see, what we hear, what we touch, what we taste, and what we smell. Yeah. And that pillar is not bigger or better or stronger than others, but it just leans on those 5 senses. And physical prosperity is I work, you say that, the A word out, I accumulate all of this. Hey, did you take time to relax and to breathe and to eat right? Or you were too busy working to make money, to have a lot of it, to enjoy your life during the process? Time. And now you need it fixed. And all the money in the bank cannot fix it, can it? The doctor looks at you and says, well, you're getting old, Yeah, we know. And then there's mental. When last you read a book or stimulate your senses to the point you tried something new today? Instead of saying, oh, I'm too old to learn this. No, you're not too old. You're choosing to be too old. I am too old to learn is a choice. So mental prosperity is the ability to recall what you know and what you learn and apply it appropriately at the right time. And that's what is important there. And maybe you do not like me or somebody else. What I need to say spiritually, it does not matter, you see. Because your opinion of me has nothing to do with me. It's all you. And what you wish for others, you will find it underneath your bed. Is that going to be right close? Or even better still, it might be in the bed with you. So everything you do spiritually is not a church, is not a dogma, is not reading a Bible, a book, a holy book. No. It's connecting with each other and letting others be themselves and you be yourself. Because whatever you wish for me or another is what you will get, because every time we speak, it's a prophecy of our life to come. And if you are older, think now. Just think. What you're experiencing now, is that what you had asked for your friend? And now you're living it? Spiritual prosperity is that. Then, of course, we look at financial prosperity. What have you done with the money that you made? Can you remember? Do you even know how much money you have? If you do not know how much you have, how can you know what to do with it? You spend wild, like a wild person. What is your money for? Do you know what you saved it for? Money needs to be honest. And money needs a name. You have names given to them by the government. Why don't you incorporate your name? My vacation account. That's a good one to have. My emergency account. That's another great one to have. My car that I drive, it needs to be maintained. Where is your maintenance account? Or you wait until it crashes and then you have to take it from rent to pay? You see. The 5 pillars of prosperity, any one of them at any time can be the cause. But we are always aware of the symptoms. Just like when we go to the doctor and we say to the doctor, I have a headache, he will try his best by questioning you. What did you do that caused the headache? When do you get the headache? He's looking for the cause. He does not want to treat the symptom. And that is what it is. That's why the 5 pillars are important. It's like the fingers of one hand. You cut one, and you know the rest is history. Trying to grab it, and this one, and that cut one gets hurt even more. So when you are emotionally gone cuckoo, and you cannot recall what you used to do at work, and your mental prosperity is getting scolded, and they call you to give you a appraisal about how bad you're doing, that affects you emotionally. Do you get angrier? Do you do things that cause them to stop paying you, don't give you your bonus? And then you tell me, Tessa-Marie, my finances are shit, and I have to figure out why is your finance in that state. I have to dig to find out if you're emotionally stable, if you're mentally equipped to handle the job you have. And that, if not, it affects your income. It affects your money. So if money is not the cause, it could be mental, emotional, and another thing we do not understand, that one is a big one, it could be spiritual. Oh, money is evil. Rich people are bad. That is a message you're sending to the universe. You do not want to be wealthy. You do not want to have money because it's bad. It's the root of all evil. And then you have none. So you see, yes, the secret to living a fulfilled life is the 5 pillars of prosperity. Let's get the show going with that, guys. Thank you so much. I would like one autograph with a picture of my shaking her hand. Me too, Ryan. I would love to do that. Let us see who is still here with all that stuff that I spewed out here. Stacy, Rita, Angelina, Yuko, Georgie, Marina, Colleen, Ryan, and Loretta. Thank you, wonderful people. So today, excuse me, in Indiana and Toronto, I know it's a stay-in-house day. Hello, Juniors. My book is out, Juniors. The 5 Pillars of Prosperity ebook on Amazon. So you guys get a copy. But anyway, let's go back to this. It is, today, it's raining. I know for sure. Tracy told me Indiana and here in Toronto, Ontario. So what are you going to do with this day? Is it a day to do some decluttering using time, that non-renewable resource? The young has a lot of it and the old does not have enough. So can we sit down today and decide how we're going to use this rainy day? I know it's keeping me out of the garden. It's keeping me out of the pergola. It's keeping me out of the front porch. It's keeping me out of just being outside. So I have to do things inside. I have to find things inside. Oh yes, I'll see you soon, 9:30. On Sunday, Yuko is going to interview me how we're putting the 5 pillars of prosperity into self-care. Because they really are self-care. So if you have your copy, you can follow, you can ask questions. It's going to be a rambunctious self-care Sunday. Grab your coffee, take your seat. Both men and women are invited because, you see, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, and financial prosperity is part of living a fulfilled life. When they all put together, the world is okay. Remember that. When the man is put together, when the woman is put together, when the human is well put together, guess what? The world is okay. Have a great day, everybody. And everybody's there. So Junior, Stacy, Rita, Angelina, Yuko, Georgie, Marina, Loretta, Ryan, have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.